Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. It's been a while since I posted some new videos, but I'm going to start out this new year here in 2026 with an all white silk cascading bouquet that I'm going to use a bouquet holder to create in. As you can see, the bouquet holders come where you can break apart the top and then you can add your choice of floral foam in it. So I have the dry flowers floral foam, which is a little bit denser than the fresh flower floral foam. So the fresh flower foam will absorb water, and if you were going to do fresh flowers, you can go ahead and cut the block down to size to fit into your cage there. I like to not only snap the cage back together, but to also wire it or hot glue it or both. Because nothing would be worse than to have the cage all of a sudden just break apart and then everything falls out and it's a big mess. So always like to err on the side of caution and lock everything in tight there. Back to using the fresh foam, so you can do that while the foam is dry, and then just simply drop the whole bouquet holder with the foam inside of it into some warm water, maybe with a little bit of some floral food in it, just to kind of keep the fresh flowers fresh. Never ever push fresh foam or fresh flower foam. It's so hard to say. Never push it under the water. It needs to naturally absorb it. Otherwise, you get air pockets in the foam, and it's already tough enough on the fresh flowers, let alone sticking it in the foam and just sucking up nothing but air because you don't see that dry spot in the center of the cage there. So just a note to always let it absorb the water on its own, never force it. But back to what I'm doing here, I have, of course, artificial flowers. These are silk flowers. The ones I'm working with right now are gladiolas. And I'm going to start with them first because I want to get my height and length and width. So it's just kind of setting the parameters for the flowers. And then once I have those parameters set, I can easily fill in with the focal flowers and the fillers and the greenery without worrying about the shape. So it just kind of gives you that guideline to work within. Um, so when I do a cascading arrangement, especially in a bouquet holder, you also have to think of balance. So it's jutting out the front, and to kind of counterweight it, I'm going to put one gladiola in the back that's going to go dip a bit further down. Not crazy. It's not cascading in the back as well, but you just kind of want to give it a little bit of balance. It's easier to carry and also keeps it from looking too top heavy as well. And back to the front gladiolas there that I have the cascading down. You always want to either wire if you're using fresh flowers, or hot glue like I did here, the ones that are draping down the front, because gravity is not your friend. So usually it's a heavier flower itself, and you just want to make sure that it's anchored well down in there so it doesn't spill out the front. If I am to wire the fresh flowers, what I would have done is just kind of pierced the stem of the gladiola and then pushed it on through the foam and then probably attached it to the cage would be the best bet on that, as it came out through the other side. Hopefully that makes sense, but it's just something to keep in mind. Or they do make floral picks, wooden floral picks that have a wire on them, and you could add that to the end of a stem, a fresh flower stem, and when you push it into the wet foam, the wood of the pick will expand. And plus, it's a different shape other than circular, and that would keep it from just simply sliding back out of the hole. Um, and I do recommend with artificial flowers to kind of glue everything as you go along. The dry foam is a bit denser, like I mentioned before, so it holds on pretty good to the flowers, but some of them kind of are slippery. Their stems are almost slippery. And here I'm going to show you if you separate some of the artificial flowers, sometimes they tend to slide right off of the stem that you're pushing into the bouquet holder. So if you just kind of do like a little hook at the top to make sure that once you push it in, it doesn't just simply slide right off of the wire stem and then fall right out of the bouquet. So it's just precaution and just taking your time and care to make sure that everything's in there secure so you don't have any worries when the special day comes. So I am using a lot of filler flowers. I did kind of break the bank and get these nice orchids here. I love how they have a little bit of green to them, and it kind of ties in the greenery and kind of gives a different shade of white for the bouquet. Also, I love the movement on them. They are very free and flowy, and they kind of spring out. And one thing that I feel artificial bouquets lack is just that movement that fresh flowers have. So anytime I can put something loose and airy in there that's going to give that kind of jiggle to it, to give it that touch of real, I'm going to do it. So I'm just kind of working those down, kind of the focal areas along with the roses there. I will put some in the back as well, just kind of counterbalance everything. And this year, I'm trying to do everything in series. So I have the all white Cascade bouquet here, and then I'm going to do 3 other versions of all white. So just kind of keeping it monochromatic for this first month here in January. I do have to say, for first time creators or florists, working monochromatically or in one color is way easier than trying to do like a multicolored bouquet. It's just, you don't have to think about placement with colors that way. It's very forgiving as you design the bouquet. So my main concern, of course, is getting the shape of the bouquet, making sure that everything looks proportioned. And then I'm working on focal flowers, like my more expensive flowers. So like the roses, because they're big and kind of demand attention, that's going to be my focal flower. And typically roses are more expensive than, of course, the fillers that I have in the bouquet there. And going to the greenery, you could put like some nice ivy in there. Some seeded eucalyptus would look very pretty too, also give that movement. But I'm going to use these hydrangea leaves. I originally thought that I could just kind of make a collar of them by pushing them into the foam, but they don't really bend the way that I want them to. So I'm hot gluing them all around the base of the bouquet. So this works as 2 things. It gives a nice collar, a nice definition to the bouquet. Also, it is hiding the mechanics. So you want to hide all your tricks of the trade so that nobody knows how you did it. They just think that it's some kind of wonderful black magic that this bouquet came together, and you can impress the socks off of people and just keep your secrets safely hidden underneath those leaves there. So I flipped them around so I don't see the back side. I kind of want a little bit pretty, if you can, with just greenery there. And then that creates that collar and then hides the mechanics too. I thought about also working them into the actual bouquet itself, but I really like how it's all white and it's just very fresh and pure looking. Back to working with wooden picks that have wires on them. As you can see, that front gladiola is starting to spin a little bit as I move things around. That you can either follow up with some more hot glue to make sure that it's anchored in there really well, because it's obviously a little loose, or you can also put in that wooden pick that I talked about and just push it right alongside the gladiola and use the wire on the end to secure it. So I will have in the descriptions links to all the tools that I use. I think eventually this bouquet will be for sale. I just want to finish the handle on it and safely secure everything. But feel free to check out the shop. I have different bouquets to look at, and I only ship in the USA just because it's so expensive, but all of the arrangements are shipped in a keepsake box, so you can preserve your bouquet for forever. But that's just an option if you want to check it out at the end of the video there. And of course, like I said, there'll be links to tools that I frequently use and that I recommend that you can easily get on Amazon. So what I'm doing here is just kind of filling in some spaces where I can still see the foam. And it's funny, as I'm designing, like the top looks perfect, but I can't see the front. So always make sure you kind of check it out in a mirror and take some time to look at the bouquet before you call it done. But we've come to the end of the video here. I really appreciate you taking the time to tune in, and I hope it inspires you and you enjoy. Thank you so much.